Seahawks Today coming up here on today's show. We will be discussing Geno Smith and the possibility of him going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Could there be interest from Tampa Bay in NFL free agency? Also, some notable coaching staff changes, and could that mean a opportunity for KJ Wright? We'll examine all of that and more in just a few moments from right now. Before we do, folks, we are getting oh so close to 35,000 subscribers here on Seahawks Today. About 295 away from getting there, but we need your help. Look, free agency's just around the corner. We got trades. We got the draft. This is the place to be. If you love your Seattle Seahawks, then I want you to subscribe to the channel. And for everyone that subscribes today, type me in the comments section, and we'll shout you out later in the week here on the channel. We begin today discussing Geno Smith as the franchise tag opening is about to begin, and now the rumblings continue as far as what Geno Smith's future looks like with the Seattle Seahawks. And 12th Man Rising is suggesting that there could be another team that's very interested in Geno Smith's services, that being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Very fascinating. Let's go ahead and dive in to see what they had to say there at 12th Man Rising. But one way Canales, and that is the former Seahawks assistant coach that's now the OC there in Tampa Bay, could improve his situation is by getting Geno Smith to come play for the Buccaneers. Smith would leave Seattle, but would be going to a team where he already has a good relationship with one of the people in charge and would know his job is not in doubt. Canales, meanwhile, would know how to get the best out of his quarterback and therefore the offense overall. So how did we possibly get to this point of the idea of Geno going to Tampa Bay? Well, you may have heard Tom Brady retired for a second time and called it a career, and it sounds like that he is done for good this time until he says otherwise. And Dave Canales coming over to be the offensive coordinator there, had really good success with Geno Smith. They were on the same page and was credited largely with the success that Geno had this past season as the Seahawks' new starting quarterback. And then the Seahawks element of all this. I think all of us expect Geno Smith to be back in a Seahawks uniform next year, but as we've heard from John Schneider and others, the Seahawks aren't going to go over the top with it. They're looking at signing him for the right price. And so if a team like the Bucs or anyone else for that matter just throws out cash that it just doesn't make sense for the Seahawks to respond, then yeah, Geno could be playing for somewhere else and get outbid in free agency. That is a possibility. It's not a huge possibility, but it is a possibility nonetheless. So with that, scale it for me. Let's play the percentages here on Seahawks Today. What is the percentage chance that Geno Smith signs with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that he leaves Seattle and goes to Tampa Bay? Scale it for me in the comment section, 1 through 100. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Get your votes in and tell me how likely you think it is that Geno goes to Tampa Bay. Scale it 1 through 100 and let me know. Now, I'll say this. First and foremost, Geno would be a lot better off if he stays with the Seattle Seahawks. I think that although the Seahawks don't want to go over the top in paying Geno Smith, that you look at the situation, Geno is still going to get a significant pay bump no matter what. You have a really good wide receiver duo in Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, and you have a very young team that has some optimism about their organization moving forward. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers are about to go into complete rebuild mode over there. And remember, the Buccaneers were nothing before Tom Brady showed up. So do you really want to be the guy that replaces the GOAT, the Hall of Famer, in Tom Brady? I don't think so. I think he's a lot better off staying with this Seahawks team. Josh Schneider was on radio within the last couple of days on 710 Sports in Seattle and had this to say about where negotiations are at. Good talk so far. We're in it. We're just trying to figure out what's best, and we'll do what's right. Free agency doesn't start until the middle of March, so there's a huge period here where we have some time to work through things. We will get back to the Seahawks rumors and news for your Tuesday in a moment. But before we do, Seahawks Today is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health, and I wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning, and I feel the best I've ever felt. Covering my nutritional bases for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix one small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. Pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free one-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out. The link is also in the comments and descriptions of today's video. Check them out. Tell them that Tyler Jones and Chat Sports sent you. You will be glad you did. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. So here's the deal. When I look at Geno's situation, in something to keep in mind, this could be a leverage play, potentially. You look at that Tampa Bay situation, and they need help at the quarterback position, right? And there's an opportunity here where if you're the Bucs, like, do you really want to go forward with Blaine Gabbert or Kyle Trask here? You could up the cost to push the Seahawks to pay more money. I think it's unlikely that Geno Smith leaves. In fact, I wouldn't even rule out that Drew Lock could end up in Tampa Bay and reunite with Dave Canales because they have a good relationship themselves there too. But to me, this is all about just driving up the price potentially. I would be surprised if Geno's not back. Drew Lock, I could see more so going to Tampa Bay and getting an opportunity to compete for that starting job with that relationship that's already established there. But it is a fascinating situation. We'll see ultimately how it all plays out. So with that said, where will Geno Smith play next year? I think it's with the Seahawks. I still feel pretty confident about that. My percentage chance, I would give it probably around 90% that Geno's back in Seattle next year. What say you? Does he make a move in free agency? Does he get franchise tagged and traded somewhere else? Where will Geno Smith play in 2023? Let us know in the comments section below. All right, got a couple of notable coaching staff changes. Obviously, we talked about Dave Canales heading to Tampa Bay and the possibility of whether it's Geno Smith or Drew Lock joining him. But now, as far as replacements go and some of these changes that are going on, let's start with a tweet from Brady Henderson that we'll get to as far as a hiring that the Seahawks are making. The Seahawks are expected to hire Greg Olson as the team's quarterbacks coach, a source confirms. By the way, that's not the ex-tight end Greg Olson, not the NFL on Fox analyst Greg Olson. This is the other Greg Olson, longtime NFL assistant with 6 stints, 15 seasons as an OC, spent last season as a senior offensive analyst with the Rams. And, of course, he's got ties to the Northwest. So this is a homecoming for Greg Olson to be coming to the Seattle Seahawks. Seems to be a very good hire there for that quarterback coach position, replacing Canales, who goes to Tampa Bay. Meanwhile, another update as far as a staff member leaving Seattle. This is according to Matt Zenitz. The Pittsburgh Steelers are expected to hire former NFL linebacker Aaron Curry as their linebackers coach. Curry, the 2009 top 5 draft pick of the Seattle Seahawks, was part of the Seahawks coaching staff the last 4 seasons. Now, I'll say this with these changes, something to keep in mind. On this show, we've been talking about for the last year that the Seahawks want KJ Wright around, but in a non-playing role. To me, with Aaron Curry making this move here and some of these other changes going on, I think now's the right time to bring KJ Wright in to this defensive staff. Don't necessarily know what the official title or role would be, but it seems like now's a good time to bring KJ Wright back. He wants to be a part of this organization. They want him to be a part of this group. Obviously, it didn't work out timing-wise last year to get an official role of some sorts, but to me, it seems like now's the time to get KJ Wright back involved in this organization and be a part of this Seahawks team. Great leader, obviously knows the game well. To me, this makes a lot of sense if you bring KJ Wright back and be a part of this coaching staff with the Seattle Seahawks. So, before we go today, should the Seahawks hire KJ Wright? What do you think about that possibility of promoting KJ Wright, finding a role in the coaching staff for him here in 2023? Let me know in the comment section. Type Y for yes, type in for no if you think the Seahawks should bring back KJ to this squad. As always, you can interact with me on social media, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook at Tyler Jones Live. Just got back from the Daytona 500, had a lot of time there, but now we're back to football on my social media platforms. So I'll see you on this show next time. Appreciate you joining us. Have a great day.